Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here with another fragrance review. Both fragrances from the House of Authenticity. I have Coffee Lush and Green Aura. Now, because I know what you guys actually came to see, let's talk about Coffee Lush first. So, I just had the strip, I smelled the dry down, which I sprayed like 3 or 4 days ago because that's when I meant to record this, but things have kept coming up, and it just smells like this nice decadent cappuccino. It's got that nice roast coffee vibe, which you don't get from every coffee fragrance. In fact, some of them you don't really get a lot of coffee. It kind of is like coffee-ish, but I feel like you get a nice roast coffee vibe. I just sprayed the opening again so I could re-experience it, and I feel like it's sweeter in the opening. It's a little bit more decadent, but you're still getting that roast coffee vibe. And I'll tell you what, for someone who doesn't really love coffee fragrances, such as myself, this one is actually really nice. I like that experience, and obviously it's different on strip than on skin, but I have worn it on skin, and I kind of waited to see reactions from it. But if you are looking for a roast coffee note, you're definitely gonna get it here, and it's got those gourmand touches that I know most of you are looking for. Let me read you the notes because I do want to talk about a couple of them that you're gonna get. Caramelized vanilla, chocolate, butter, coconut, tonka, tobacco leaf, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. I want to talk about the butter because you're gonna get that rich buttery vibe from here, and you're also gonna get a caramelized vanilla. You can pull the chocolate, but I don't feel like it's overwhelming at all. You can pull some spices. I didn't distinguish them separately. Maybe if you're gonna pick one up, it's gonna be the clove. I'm not really pulling the coconut or anything because I think the other notes are all louder, and I'm talking about in the opening and in the dry down. But it is really, really nice, and in the dry down, you're gonna get a little bit more of that clove. I feel like the caramelized vanilla is gonna kind of fall back to the background, and you're gonna get that kind of cappuccino vibe more. You will get the tonka in the dry down more than you will in the opening. And you're still gonna get a little bit of that chocolatiness. The butteriness is way more dominant in the opening though. So I feel like in the opening, it's just this rich, decadent coffee with that vanilla note, and you can smell the caramelized part. So when I'm saying that you can smell the caramelized vanilla, I'm not saying you can smell vanilla. You can smell the caramelized vanilla. And I do wanna talk about performance of both, but I wanna talk about performance of this one first. It is a beast. Do not spray more than 3 sprays and keep it to skin, because I did that and it lasted over 12 hours. So it's really similar to Tobacco Boss in that it just lasts and projects. 3 is way more than enough, and 2 is just enough. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. It's got beast performance. They always do. It is very unisex. It doesn't lean in either direction. And the type of person that wants to wear this is the type of person that enjoys a coffee note, maybe gourmandy fragrances. Again, this does kind of come off as pretty gourmand, at least on my skin it does. And even on the strip, I'm gonna say you're pulling up that caramelized vanilla. It's buttery, it's chocolatey. It's rich. Where could you wear this? For me, it's more of a cozy fragrance, but if I wanted to pick something for a cold day and I know it's gonna last all day and cut through the cold, 100% it would be this. I think a lot of you would probably reach for this on date night because I know a lot of you really like gourmands, and I know you really like coffee fragrances. I think it is pretty playful. I probably wouldn't wear it to a formal event, but if I was going out at night, I would totally reach for this. In fact, if you wanted to go to a club and be like, hey, look at me, reach for this. People like sweet fragrances. This is a sweet fragrance. I think you would do pretty well with it. Season-wise, fall and winter all day. You could wear it on a cold spring evening, but I would definitely say this is a cold weather fragrance. And compliments, it projects like a beast. So you're gonna get compliments, and it is sweet. Now, the one that I was actually looking forward to more, because you guys know I like fresh fragrances, is Green Aura. So this one, I think the note that sticks out to me the most is apple. Let me read you a little bit of the notes. I want to tell you the most dominant ones and which ones kind of fall to the background. Definitely green apple, bergamot, in the front. Lavender is in there and it keeps it fresh, but it is not a dominant note. Cannabis, patchouli, and gardenia. Okay, so I don't really get a ton of the patchouli. I do get the gardenia and I do get the cannabis, but it's not a funky cannabis, it's just green. So it's not exactly like you would think it smells. Cedar and musk are also in here. You're gonna smell them both, but I feel like typically those do fall to the background anyways. The musk is gonna come to the forefront a little bit, especially in the opening. That green apple, I feel like stays through the entire life of the fragrance on your skin, and as it starts to dry down and I get in the air, I think that gardenia starts to come out a little bit more. The musk pretty much stays and you're gonna get that woody note in the background. That cannabis note, I think, kind of continues on with it. It is not funky at all. It's really just a green note. If you like a green fragrance, I feel like you're really going to like it because again, it's just fresh, it's green. It's not too green, and I'm saying that because it does have a little bit of sweetness. Some green fragrances don't have sweetness, and to me, that makes them a little bit harder to wear. This one's got you just right. Performance. This is not a beast. This is a fresh fragrance. It is really good for a fresh fragrance, but it doesn't compare to Coffee Lush, but Coffee Lush is a monster. Coffee Lush is actually slightly stronger than Tobacco Boss, which to me is saying a ton. But for a fresh fragrance, especially one that's really new, and I want you guys to know my authenticities get stronger over time, especially when I have a new one. Fresh Boss, when I got it, I was like, oh, okay, it's medium in performance. And then I wore it a month later. It's not anywhere near medium. It is a monster performer. So this one I think is only gonna get stronger with time as well. So performance, I would say for a fresh fragrance, you're gonna get about 7 to 8 hours. I think I got about 7.5 hours. My skin is really hydrated and I only wear this on skin, by the way. I try to only wear everything on skin now. And I did 4 sprays, that's all I did. The Yage Trail is pretty good. And I know that I'm gonna skip around a little because I did get a compliment. I got a compliment, I think at the 1.5 hour mark. And I think that's pretty good because fresh fragrances, you know, they usually sit a little bit closer when you're not in the heat. It is hot now, but it's hot currently. This morning it was pretty cold. I would say it's average to above average on performance, but I would assume that it's going to be an above average performer, especially once it sits a little bit longer. Who can wear it? This doesn't lean in either direction. It's a little playful, but not too playful. I honestly think that literally anyone could wear this. Where could you wear this? This is a fragrance for a warm day. This is a white t-shirt fragrance. You rock this casually. You rock this to the beach. You rock this to the park. Day dates. I wouldn't really pull for it at night, but if it's during the day, I would definitely pull for it. Obviously, it's gonna be spring, summer fragrance. Sometimes I like reaching for stuff like this in the cold, but for the most part, you're gonna wanna use it in the spring or summer. You are gonna get compliments because although it is a green fragrance, and for me, they're a real hit or miss with compliments, it has enough sweetness from the apple and pineapple notes, which I didn't mention. There is pineapple and lime in this, but they fade to the background. The apple is definitely the star of this to me, the apple and kind of the greener notes. The apple provides enough sweetness for people to really enjoy this fragrance. And I actually feel like the gardenia balances it really well. I like that floral aspect too. I think he did a really good job with balancing all of that together. So for me, this was a complete hit. You guys already know, I love a warm weather fragrance. I love fresh fragrances, and this one did not disappoint. On top of that, the price of these fragrances, these are 60 ml each. They're extraits and they go for $40 on the site, and you can usually get 10% off. If it's still going, I will link it down below. Honestly, this house, the price per ml that you get is pretty much unbeatable. If you guys have tried these, and I know a lot of you have because I think a lot of you guys were waiting for Coffee Lush. Let me know down below how you like the scent, compliments, performance. I'm pretty sure you probably get pretty similar performance to me because again, this is just a complete beast mode fragrance. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like this video if you liked it. Be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop a new video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!